What's up, YouTube? My name is Bigboysnacksjonnytv, aka What Kind of Snacks You Want, because I got plenty going around. This is my WWE NXT Standard Delivery review on highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please watch the video from all the way from the beginning all the way towards the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more rest of the content I do on the channel because I'm on the road to 9K subscribers and that path to YouTube partner. Follow my social media down below in the description and go check out my WWE SmackDown review on highlights I post on the channel. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. Now, WWE NXT Standard Delivery was a good show, and that's all I have to say. It says, welcome to Wrestling Inc.'s results for WWE NXT Standard Delivery on April 19, 2025. Coming to you live from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada at a special start time of 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Oba family will be putting the NXT Championship on the line on the programming for the first time since retaining against TNA wrestling star Muxh at the NXT Roadblock special on March 11th as he defends against Devon Evans and Trick Williams in a triple threat match. Trick Williams has made his intentions of recapturing the NXT Championship from Over Family's crystal clear over the course of the last several weeks, leading to cracks in the relationships between Trick Williams and Giovanni Elms as a result. Over family, Trick Williams and Giovanni Elms dance subsequently found themselves involved in a series of physical and verbal confrontations with one another, prompting NXT General Manager Ava to make tonight's match between them official. Stephanie Valkyrie will be putting the NXT Women's Championship on the line for the second ever time on television as she defends against the managed Julia, Jada Parker, and the Juggernaut Jordan Grace in a fatal four-way match. Jordan Grace and Jada Parker have crossed paths with one another over the course of the past few weeks. Each wanted to be the one who challenged Stephanie McCure. They then square off in the ring against one another in a match on April 8th edition of NXT, but the match ultimately ended when Stephanie McCure caused a double disqualification and Julia returned in the moments that followed, looking to regain the title she had lost to Stephanie McCure at Roadblock. A new women's North American champion is set to be crowned tonight as Ruca, her tag team partner Zarya, Lola Vice, Keelani Jordan, and Thea Hill and EC Dame battled it out in a six-woman ladder match after all qualifying over the past few weeks. There, the unfortunate the aforementioned Stephanie McCure relinquished the NXT Women's North American Championship on April 1st, which I did not like on episode 1 of NXT after her and Ava had come to the decisions that it was for the best in order for it to be defended more regularly. Alright, the two champions will be on the line tonight as Hank and Take Lager will be challenging Nathan Frazier and Axiom for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Not only have Walker and Lager received advice from tag teams, including Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, and the Street Profits, as they look to strengthen their bonds as tag team partners. But they emerged victorious in a number one contenders tag team gauntlet match this past Tuesday on NXT when they defeated the Colin No Corner Catch Crew, Tyreek Igwe and Tyson DuPont, and Yoshi Anamura and Josh Briggs. Ricky Saints will be defending the North American Championship for the first time since for dethroning Sean Spears on April 1st, as he puts it on the line against Ethan Page. Ethan Page secured his spot in tonight's match after defeating Wesley, Eddie Thorpe, and Lexis King in a fatal four-way number one contenders match this past Tuesday on NXT. Tony D'Angelo, Shannon Stats, Lorenzo, and Luca Crosfino of the family will be colliding the three members of Dark State in a six-man tag team match. The two parties have become quite familiar with one another over the course of the past few weeks, with D'Angelo recruiting Stacks, Crosfino, and Adriano Rizzo to collect as much information about them as they were able to. Additionally, Roxanne Perez will be joining forces with longtime close friend Corey J to take on Gigi Dillon and Tanner Paxley, Jakira Jackson, last legend of Metaphor. and Fatal Influence following Henley and Jesse Jane in a Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match on the Countdown to Stand and Deliver pre-show. All right, we're live. We're live. Vic Joseph, Booker T, and Corey Graves. Great audience at home as Slash Legend, Jakara Jackson make their way down to the ring. Tato Paxton, Gigi Dolan, Fatal Influence, and Roxanne Perez and Cora J follow. So we get the first match. Roxanne Perez, Cora J. Yeah, Roxanne Perez and Cora J versus Metaphor versus Fatal Influence, accompanied by Jasmine versus Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxton, accompanied by Shanti in a #1 contenders match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship Countdown to Stand and Deliver free show. This match was fun for what it was. Last Legend and Roxanne Perez begin the action. The bell rings and the two take turns locking in submission on one another. Roxanne Perez connects with the Hurricane on Last Legend and Cora J pulls her hair from the apron. Roxanne Perez then lands a pair of strikes on Last Legend in the corner, but Last Legend levels her. Gigi Dolan has herself in and locks up with Last Legend. Last Legend responds with an elbow drop to Gigi Dolan and tags in Jakara Jackson. Jakara Jackson fires off right hands and left hands on Gigi Dolan midsection and sends her crashing into the mat. Cora J tags in and rolls out Jakara Jackson, but Jakara Jackson kicks out and Cora J lands a strike on her back. Last Legend and Tatum Paxley tag themselves in and go at it, but Jakara Jackson tags in and double team on Tatum Paxley with Last Legend. All 8 women then entered the ring and began brawling with one another. Everyone begins to take take flight as they take each other out, with Jakara Jackson flying over the top rope to level everyone on the outside, except Last Legend, who moves out of the way. Last Legend then dumps Jesse Jane back in the ring and tags in Last Legend. Last Legend and Jakara Jackson look to double team on Jesse Jane, but Jasmine Nick trips Jakara Jackson as she runs the ropes. Finally, Henley levels Last Legend, but they bulldog as Jesse Jane assists her and the pair of pin Last Legend kicks out. But Tatum Paxley tags in and lands a splash on her. Roxanne Perez then tags herself in and connects with a pop rock on Last Legend to eliminate her and Jakara Jackson. Last Legend and Jakara Jackson has been eliminated, which was my pick to win, but I got that one wrong. But anyway, let me move on. Cora J tags in and Jesse J rocks her with a super kick. She follows it up with a neck breaker, but Roxanne Perez retreats up the rim, leveling Cora J alone in the ring. Von Henley sends Cora J crashing into the mat with a modified bulldog. Gigi Dolan and Tato pass a double team on her to eliminate her and Roxanne Perez. Alright, Roxanne Perez and Cora J has been eliminated. Tatum Paxley lands a dropkick on Jesse Jane, and they lock in a submission on Fallen Henley with Gigi Dolan. Jesse Jane rocks Tatum Paxley with a super kick to break the hold, then sits Gigi Dolan on the top rope with Fallen Henley and sends her crashing into the mat with a double suplex. Fallen Henley then lands a twisted neckbreaker on Gigi Dolan and Jesse Jane pins her, but Tatum Paxley breaks the fall. Jesse Jane pins Gigi Dolan once again, but Gigi Dolan kicks out. Taylor Paxley tags in and sends Jesse Jane crashing into the mat with Gigi Dolan for the win. Fatal Influence has been eliminated. The winner and your new #1 contenders, Taylor Paxley and Gigi Dolan. So congratulations to Taylor Paxley and Gigi Dolan. Which is I did not see this one coming, but I'm not mad about this. We're live on the main show. Vic Joseph, Booker T, and Corey Graves. Great audience at home once again as Ricky Saints makes his way out to the ring. Ethan Page follows. All right, so we get the first match on the card. So we get Ricky Saints versus Ethan Page for the NXT North American Championship. And this match right here, this was a this was a decent match in my opinion. But I'm glad Ricky Saints retained. The bell rings and the two lock up. The action spills out of the ring, but the pair quickly return back inside, and Ricky Saints lands a boot on Ethan Page midsection in the corner. He fires off a chop on his chest, then walks the ropes and levels Ethan Page with a clothesline. He hits his signature pose, but Ethan Page lands a power slam on Ricky Saints on the ring apron. Ethan Page dumps Ricky Saints back inside the ring, then lands a running knee on the side of his face, and rains down right hands on him. He follows it up with a double underhook suplex and a sidewalk slam, but Ricky Saints catches him with a twisting neck breaker and looks to fly off the ropes on the outside. Ethan Page sees Ricky Saints coming and sends him crashing into the announcer desk. Ethan Page dumps Ricky Saints back inside the ring and fires off kicks on his spine. Then chases in a Boston Crab on him. Ricky Saints crawls over to the bottom rope to break the hold, then fires off right hands on Ethan Page. Ethan Page lands another kick on his spine, then sets up for the Eagle's Edge. Ricky Saints escapes and rocks Ethan Page with a series of right hands, but Ethan Page sends him crashing into the top turnbuckle, face first, and crashing out of the ring, bouncing off the top rope. Ethan Page and Ricky Saints get back in the ring, and Ricky Saints lands a tornado DDT on Ethan Page off the top rope. He follows it up with a spear and a Mochoku driver, then goes for a pin. But Ethan Page kicks out. Ethan Page rocks Ricky Saints with a super kick and over the shoulder power slam. Then goes for a pin, but Ricky Saints kicks out and sends Ethan Page crashing into the mat. He extends the top rope, but Ethan Page catches him with the right hand. Ricky Saints pulls Ethan Page off the ropes with a power bomb and goes for a pin, but Ethan Page kicks out. Ethan Page connects with the Eagle's Edge on Ricky Saints and goes for a pin, but Ricky Saints kicks out. Ricky Saints then turns Ethan Page inside out with another spear and follows it up with the Rochambeau for the win. The winner of the match is still your NXT North American champion, Ricky Saints. This was a decent match. Hank Walker and Tank Liger make their way down to the ring. Nathan Frazier and Axiom follows. Alright, so we get the second match. Nathan Frazier and Axiom versus Hank Walker and Tank Liger for the NXT Tag Team Champions. This was a good match. Axiom and Walker began the action. The bell rings and the two take turns wearing each other down with submission holds. Axiom connects with a drop kick on Walker and tags in Frazier. Axiom locks in a submission hold, the submission on Walker, and Nathan Frazier runs the ropes. He lands a kick on Walker and then rolls him up. Walker kicks out and tags in Liger, and the pair then double team on Nathan Frazier. Walker lands a bulldog on Nathan Frazier, and Liger follows it up with a running senton and then tags in Walker. Axiom tags in and double team on both Liger and Walker with Nathan Frazier. Axiom then fires off kicks on Walker's chest and wears him down with a sleeper hold, but Frazier tags back in and continues to wear down Walker, and he hits a standing running moonsault on Walker and goes for a pin, but Walker kicks out. Axiom tags back in and looks to double team on Walker with Frazier. Walker used Axiom as a weapon to take down Frazier, then tags in Liger as Frazier tags in on his side. He levels Frazier and then lands a double shoulder tackle off the middle rope on Nathan Frazier and Axiom. Nathan Frazier rocks Walker with a super kick on the apron, and Liger take Liger and Liger sends Walker crashing on the top of Frazier. But back in the ring, he goes for a pin as Liger changes in a submission on Axiom, but Nathan Frazier kicks out. Liger tags in and Walker looks to fly, but Frazier and Axiom move out of the way, and Walker is sent crashing straight on top of the announcer desk. Nathan Frazier dumps Liger back in the ring and tags in Axiom. Axiom and Frazier double team on Liger, and Axiom pins him, but Frazier kicks out. Axiom connects with a Spanish fly on Liger, and Frazier follows it up with a Spanish splash, and he goes for a pin, but Walker breaks the fall just in time. Walker and Liger land double splashes on Frazier, then follows it up with a spear power slam for the win. The winner and your new WWE NXT Tag Team Champions, Hank Walker and Tank Liger. Um, this was a good tag team match. After the match, Nathan Frazier and Axiom hugged Walker and Liger to congratulate them to show good sportsmanship, which is I like. I did say Axiom, the Fraxiom was going to retain, but I got that one wrong. So, anyways, I cannot always get them right. So this was a good tag team match. So Ruca, Zaria, Lola Vice, Kilani join Thea Hill and Easy then all make their way out to the ring. Alright, so we get the next match. So Ruca versus Zaria versus Lola Vice versus Kilani Jordan versus Thea Hill versus Easy Dane in a 6-woman ladder match for the winners for the Women's North American Championship. This was a fire match. This match was really good. The bell rings and everyone begins brawling with one another. Lola Vice hits Dale Hill with a ladder as Soruka lands a facebuster on Kalani Jordan inside the ring. She lands a back elbow on her as Zarya and Easy Dame fight over a ladder on the outside. Easy Dame used the ladder to send Zarya crashing into the ring steps, but Soruka levels her and fights over a ladder in the ring with Kalani Jordan. Soruka sets up the ladder in the ring and stands up it, but Thea Hill pulls her off of it. Kelani Jordan then tries ascending up the ropes, but Thea Hill pulls her off with a powerbomb. Zarya lands a spear on Easy Dame and places the ladder around her neck. Then used it as a weapon to level Kelani Jordan. Thea Hill and Lullabies Easy Dam used the ladder to dropkick Zarya and sends her crashing on the top of Spawn first. Keelani Jordan lands a kick on Easy Dam to lever her, then lands a twisted leg drop on Lola Vice out of the corner. She levels Soroka with a kick and connects with a springboard moonsault on her, and they held on the outside to take them both down. Kelani Jordan then sets up a ladder in the ring and climbs it up before looking to grab the Women's North American Championship belt. Lullaby sends her crashing off the ladder and looks to grab the belt herself, but Soruka goes after her. Lullaby wears down Soruka with a submission, but Soruka sends the Lullaby crashing into the corner. Lullaby connects with a hip attack on Soruka in a second on their hill, but Easy Dame sends Soruka crashing into the mat off the ladder with a powerbomb. That was a brutal spot right there. Their hill tips their hill tips Easy Dame Easy Dame off the ladder as she ascends up it, then drop kicks Zarya as the ladder looks to bring a ladder into the ring. Hill sends Lullaby crashing on the top of the ladder and delivers a springboard senton to her, then looks to set up the ladder. Kalani Jordan clocks her from behind, but Hill sets up the ladder and climbs it up. She looks to grab the Women's North American Championship belt, but Easy Dane pulls the ladder away from it. Alright, the rest of the Colin shows up to on ringside after Hill sends Easy Dane crashes off of it. But Zarya tips Hill off the ladder on the top of all the members of the Colin on the outside. She sets back up the ladder in the middle of the ring and climbs it up, but Keelandra pulls her off and hits her with a second ladder. So Ruca comes to Zarya's aid in the pair double team on Keelandra Jordan, but Keelandra Jordan hits Ruca in the midsection with the ladder. She sets it up in the second ladder between the ropes, and the ladders are already set up. Then teeters on it with Saruka. Lullabies push Saruka and Kalina Jordan off the ladder and changes in a sleeper on Zarya as she climbs up the ladder that's been set up. Lullabies sends herself and Zara crashing on the top of the ladder between the one that's been set up and the ropes. But Kelani Jordan clocks Lullabies. So Ruka and Kelani Jordan teeters on top of the ladder that's been set up, looking to grab the NXT Women's North American Championship. But Zara pulls Kelani Jordan off the ladder and dumps her on the top of everyone else. And the Colin members on the outside, Zarya and Saruko then both climb up the ladder and looks to grab the Women's North American Championship belt, but stop what they're doing and share a moment. They then begin choking each other with right hands, but Saruka sends Zarya crashing off of it. She levels Easy Dame and Thea Hill with a pair of soul snatchers before she climbs up the ladder to unhook the Women's North American Championship belt and wins the match. The winner and your new NXT Women's North American Champion Soruka. This was a very good match, but I got that one wrong by saying Zara was gonna win, but I got that one wrong again. And congratulations to Soruka. Alright. I would love to see Stephanie Bakura versus Soruka. Take my money to see that match. The family then makes their way down to the ring. Dark State follows. Alright, so we get the next match. So we get Dark State accompanied by Cutler James versus the D'Angelo family accompanied by Adriana Rizzo. And this was This match right here, this was a this was a solid tag team match. The two teams began brawling on the entrance ramp. Dark State surrounded Tony D'Angelo in the ring, but D'Angelo fights them off. Carspino and Cheney Stan Lorenzo land a shadow machine on Cutler James, and Carspino then brawls with Osiris Griffin as the bell sounds. Dion Lennox tags in and fires off right hands on Carspino, then sends him crashing into the bottom of the ring under the ring apron and dumps him back inside. Griffin tags back in and connects with a fallaway slam on Carspino, then lands a splash on him in the corner. Dion Lennox tags in and continues wearing down Carspino. Carspino then tags in Griffin and Stacks tags in on his side. Griffin sends Stacks crashing into the timekeeper's area, then dumps him back in the ring and whips him into the corner. Chest first. Dion Lennox tags in and Stacks fires off right hands on him, but Lennox hits him with a spine buster and fires off right hands on him. Shaquan Sugars tags in and wears him down. Stacks with a submission hold, but Stacks fires up to his feet and lowers Sugars with a knee. D'Angelo tags in and connects with a spine buster on Griffin and lands a belly to belly suplex on Sugars off the middle rope and onto Griffin. Then goes for a pin on Griffin. Dion Lennon breaks the fall. Then tags in. Griffin sends D'Angelo crashing into the mat face first, and Lennox follows it up with a brainbuster. Darkseid and the family began brawling with one another. Color James gets Carfino up on his shoulders and sends him crashing into the ring post. Rizzo lands a crossbody on James off the top to take him down. D'Angelo and Stacks get their hands on a pair of crowbars, but D'Angelo throws him out of the ring. Stacks questions what he's doing, but Sugars attacks him from behind. He then tags in before Stacks clotheslines James out of the ring. James grabs the crowbar and looks to hit Stacks with it, but the referee stops him from using it. As he distracted Stacks, his Sugar with a crowbar. D'Angelo levels and interferes James with a spine buster and hugs Stacks as the referee disposes of the crowbar. Stacks low blows D'Angelo. This opens the door for Lennox and Griffin to toss D'Angelo over the Sugars and for Sugars to powerbomb him for the win. The winner of the match starts I got that match. I got that. I said D'Angelo if he was gonna win, but I got that one again. The winners of the match Dark State, Jada Parker, Jordan Grace, Julia, and Stephen Mercure then all make their way down to the ring. Alright, so let's move on. So we get the next match. Stephen Mercure versus Jada Parker versus the manager Julia versus the Juggernaut Jordan Grace in a fatal 4-way match for the NXT Women's Champion. And this match was good. These all four women put their bodies on line, so I like this match right here. Alright, let me take a sip of my water. Nah, ain't no water, man. Anyway, the bell rings and all four women began brawling with one another. Jordan Grace pins Julia, but Julia kicks out. She then stares down Stephanie Mercure, but Jordan Grace charges at the two of them. Julia and Stephanie Mercure then were teamed to take down Jordan Grace, but Stephanie Mercure finds herself staring down Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace and Stephanie Mercure exchange shots with one another, but Stephanie Mercure rolls up Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace kicks out, but Stephanie Mercure sends her crashing into the mat with a back suplex and goes for a pin. Jada Parker breaks the fall and looks to send Jordan Grace crashing into the mat, but Julia levels Jada Parker with a boot and fires off chops and forearms on her. Julia levels Jada Parker with a pair of double knees and pins her, but Jada Parker kicks out and dumps Julia out of the ring. Stephanie Mercure drop kicks Jada Parker, but Jada Parker connects with an opening palm strike on Stephanie Mercure and levels her. She lands a shoulder tackle on her. Jada Parker extends up the ropes, but Stephanie Mercure and Julia join her. Jordan Grace gets Julia and Stephanie McCure up on her shoulders, and Jada Parker lands a blockbuster off the top to level the two women. Stephanie McCure looks to send Jordan Grace head repeatedly bouncing off the mat, but Jordan Grace managed to get Stephanie McCure up on her shoulders and lands a Death Valley driver on her. She sends Julia crashing into the mat with a vertical suplex, then lands a double suplex on Jada Parker and Julia. Julia stands up the ropes, but Jordan Grace intercepts her and joins her up there. Julia lands a missile drop kick on Jordan Grace, then stares down with Stephanie McCure once again. The two women begin to brawl with one another, but Jada Parker stacks Jordan Grace, Julia, and Stephanie McCure on the top of one another across the middle turnbuckle. She lands a triple hip attack and a Machoku driver on Stephanie McCure. Julia traps Jada Parker in a submission hold as Stephanie McCure traps Jordan Grace in one of her. Jada Parker sends Julia crashing to the top of Jordan Grace to break the hold. She changes in, but Stephanie McCure lands a meteor on Jordan Grace. She charges at Julia, but Julia catches her with a boot and follows it up with a dragon screw. She goes for a pin, but Julia kicks out. Stephanie McCure sends Julia's head repeatedly bouncing off the mat, then lands an open palm strike on Jada Parker and sends her head repeatedly bouncing off the mat. Then lands a suplex on Jordan Grace, also sends her head repeatedly bouncing off the mat. She set up for the package power driver on Julia, but Julia counters into a backslide. Stephanie McCure kicks out, but Julia levels Stephanie McCure with a knee. Jordan Grace catches Julia with the Grace driver and pins her, but Jada Parker breaks the fall with a hip attack and gets Julia up on her shoulders. Julia counters and rolls into a roll up, but Jada Parker kicks out and sends Julia crashing into the mat face first. She lands a hip attack on her and goes for a pin, but Stephanie McCure flies off the top rope to break the fall. She then delivers a package power driver to Jada Parker for the win. The winner of the match is still your NXT Women's Champion, Stephanie McCure. This was a good fatal four-way match, and I got this one right. Stephanie McCure was going to retain the NXT Women's Champion, which I got this one right. Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and Oba Family then all make their way out to the ring. All right, this is the main event of the evening. Oba Family versus Javon Evans versus Trick Williams in a true threat match for the NXT Championship. And I got this one right that Oba Family was going to retain. And this match right here, and yeah, this match right here, this main event match was fun for what it was. This was a fun main event. Yeah, this was a fun main event triple threat match. So and yeah, it is. So yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, just give me a few moments, and yeah, we right here. We right here. This was a good triple threat match, and I got my opinion, and I got Oba Family retaining, which I was right. The bell rings and Oba Family is sent crashing out of the ring. Javon Evans rolls up Trick Williams, but Trick Williams, Trick Williams kicks out and looks to level Javon Evans with a leg lariat. Javon Evans avoids it and pins Trick Williams, but Trick Williams kicks out. Oba Family sacks Javon Evans and Trick Williams on his shoulders and sends them both crashing into the mat with a Samoan drop. Before use Javon Evans to level Trick Williams and connects with a shoulder breaker on Javon Evans. He then delivers a long blower to Trick Williams and goes for a pin, but Trick Williams kicks out. Oba Family levels Trick Williams with a clothesline, but Giovanna was lands a crossbody off the top rope. Yeah, what is it at? Lance hit crossbody. Where was I at? Is it the Yeah, then it says Lance hit crossbody off the top rope to level him. Trick Williams gets Giovanni Ellis up on his shoulders and lands a Machoku driver on him, and then rains down right hands on Oba Family in the corner. Oba Family looks to powerbomb Trick Williams, but Giovanni Ellis fires off the top rope to level Trick Williams with a clothesline. Trick Williams delivers a leg lariat to Oba Family, then connects with a flapjack on Giovanni Evans. Trick Williams Trick Williams delivers a neck breaker to Oba Family and then use Oba Family as a launching pad to level Giovanni Evans mid-air. Giovanni Evans sends over Femi crashing into the ring apron, but Trick Williams sends the top rope and hits a crossbody on both over Femi and Giovanni Evans on the outside. Giovanni Evans lands a springboard moonsault on Trick Williams. It says on Trick Williams 12 outside. There we go. It says right here. So we right here. So give me a few moments as I picked off where I left off. Yep. And then it says right here. Let me find where I left off. It says where was I at? Overfemi stacks Giovanni Evans and Trick Williams on his shoulders and sends them both crashing to the mat with a Samoan drop before using Giovanni Evans as a level. Trick Williams and connects with a shoulder breaker on Giovanni Evans. He then delivers a long blow to Trick Williams and goes for the pin, but Trick Williams kicks out. Overfemi levels Trick Williams with a clothesline, but Giovanni Evans lands a crossbody off the top rope to level him. Trick Williams gets Giovanni Evans up on his shoulders and lands him a choker drop on him. Then rains down right hands on Overfemi in the corner. Overfemi looks to powerbomb Trick Williams, but Giovanni Evans flies off the top rope to level Trick Williams with a clothesline. Trick Williams delivers a leg lariat to Overfemi. Giovanni Evans then connects with a flapjack on Giovanni Evans. Trick Williams delivers a neckbreaker to Overfemi, then used Overfemi as a launching pad to level Giovanni Evans midair. Giovanni Evans sends Overfemi crashing into the ring apron, but Trick Williams extends the top rope and hits a crossbody both Overfemi and Giovanni Evans on the outside. Giovanni Evans lands a springboard moonsault on Giovanni Evans to level him, then dumps him back inside the ring and sweeps his legs from under him. Giovanni Evans drags Trick Williams up the ropes, but Overfemi gives Trick Williams an electric chair position. That part I left off. He then sends Trick Williams crashing into the mat with a Japanese Ocean Cyclone suplex as Trick Williams lands a superplex on Giovanni Evans off the top rope. Overfemi fires off forearms on Trick Williams, and Giovanni Evans lands a right hand on Trick Williams. The three men continue brawling with one another, but Overfemi sends Giovanni Evans and Trick Williams crashing into the mat with a double chokeslam and connects with a pair of uppercuts on Trick Williams. Giovanni Evans levels Trick Williams with a super springboard kick, then lands a fall splash off the top rope on Overfemi and goes for a pin. Overfemi counters and sets up for a chokeslam, but Giovanni Evans avoids it and set up for the OG cutter. Overfemi blocks it, but Giovanni Evans sends Overfemi crashing into the mat and looks to land a crossbody on him off the ropes. Overfemi catches him with an uppercut and goes for a pin, but Trick Williams pulls Overfemi out of the ring to break the fall. Giovanni Evans connects with a body slam on Overfemi, then hits an OG cutter and goes for a pin. Overfemi kicks out, but Giovanni Evans looks to fly off the apron. Overfemi catches him and sends him crashing into the barricade in near the timekeeper's area, then sends him crashing through it. Trick Williams lands a range on Overfemi through the announcer desk, then dumps Giovanni Evans back inside the ring and connects with a trick shot. He goes for the pin, but the referee is down and on the outside. He looks to make the count, but Overfemi grabs his leg, then and keeps him from counting. The referee breaks free and counts the fall, but Giovanni Evans kicks out. Trick Williams and Overfemi exchange strikes with one another, but Overfemi connects with a sit-out powerbomb on Giovanni Evans for the win. The winner is still your NXT Championship, Overfemi, which I got this one right. This was a good main event match right here. And WWE NXT Standard Delivery goes off the air. All right, let me get my opinion what I think about WWE NXT Standard Delivery. Now, WWE NXT Standard Delivery was a good show, and I enjoyed the show for what it was. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed my WWE NXT Standard Delivery review and highlights, please watch the video from all the way from the beginning all the way towards the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content because I'm on the road to 9K and a path to YouTube partner. Make sure you guys check out my WWE SmackDown review and highlights. And I will make a YouTube short video of me showing you guys my thumbnail make a YouTube short video of me showing you guys my thumbnail twice in that video. Help me get to 1K views and with a lot of comments. So that's all I gotta say. But later on, I will see you guys later on for my WWE WrestleMania 41 Night 1 review and highlights. And then tomorrow I'm gonna do my WrestleMania 41 review and highlights for Night 2. Alright, this your boy Bigboysnacksjonnytv. Have a great night. Have a great evening. Stay safe and always stay positive. KFG crew, KFG Kings, KFG Club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang.